Hey everybody, welcome back. New day. I'm working on the driver's side door for the Datsun. So not much to say right now. I'm getting all the old filler putty off the outside of the door. I figure if I'm gonna cut this handle out, I should probably make sure that this is all usable. It's not too bad. I've got like a 1/4 inch of filler, but kind of excited because I ordered on eBay. I ordered a shrinking disc, and I'm kind of anxious to try it out. So I figure I got two wobbly doors to try it out on. So I'm gonna get to work, and we'll see how far I get. Because this is like, it's not a terrible repair, but yeah, I just I've seen a lot worse, but I just yarded this chunk of putty out of the door, and it's just kind of amuses me. Obviously this is the low spot on the door. Alright, so I'm just going to start kind of working, getting this door handle put in here. So I'm just going to let you guys watch along in super fast time. I'm going to call that progress. This one seems to have gone a lot better than the other door did. I haven't ground anything down yet, but I can show you guys here. Looks like pretty. I got a little low spot right there, and a little low spot right here. So a little bit right there. There's a little bit of warpage in the door, but I think it went better than last time. So what we're going to do next, I'll show you guys this. This is that crease I was talking about that was in the door underneath all the Bondo. So I bought this from Eastwood. I haven't had a chance to try it out yet, but this seems like a good opportunity as any, is to see if I can do a little work on that crease. It's not much to it. It looks like there'd be a lot of stuff in this box, but just some studs, a little tip for my welder, and a big old slide hammer. So we're going to give this thing a try, see if we can knock some dents out of here. Looks like it just slides over it, and then we drop a stud into the It's not quite as convenient to use as a traditional stud gun, but we'll try it. You know, for a fifth of the price of a regular stud gun, it seems like not too bad of a deal. Take some of these out here so I can get to them. See what happens here. Alright, now our studs are on. I'm going to grab the slide hammer and see if we can work this dent out of here. Well, I'm going to go with this is a successful tool, even though it's a little fussy to use. Let me see if I have some kind of straight edge we can use here to help. But if you look at where we put the studs on, you can see that we were able to bring that up. We actually got it a little bit higher than we needed to, but that's okay. I'd rather bring it up a little bit, and then we can knock these studs off of here, and we're going to try out the shrinking tool. I'm kind of excited to see how that works. So now that we've got the dent pulled out, we can just knock these off of here and grind them flush, and didn't have to use screws or anything like that. Probably could have tried to push it out from the backside and hammer and dollied it, but this was something I've had on the shelf for a while, and I wanted to try it out, so I'm glad it worked. Alright, so now I'm just going to cut these studs off of here and then grind them flush, and we'll keep moving ahead. Alright, now I'm going to take a couple minutes, set up the shrinking disc. I'm actually going to read the instructions on how to use it, and then we're going to try to see if we can make this a little more flat. It's pretty good. I mean, given what we started with and where we're at now, it's a lot of improvement. You know, in just a couple minutes of work would have saved, you know, 1/4 inch of Bondo right there. I mean, I could skim coat this and be pretty good. I've got a little low spot right through here. I don't know if you can see it with how I've got the camera set up, but we're going to try to shrink it all out. So there we go. All right, so I put a few marks on our panel to kind of show the low and the high spots that I'm going to be trying to work out of here. It's actually pretty close right now. I mean, I checked it with my straightish edge here, and you can see we're still a little high, about the width of the metal high. If you compare, this is going to be our high spot right here. So a shrinking disc is basically a piece of stainless steel. It's got a backing plate, and you're supposed to run this for 15 or 20 seconds to kind of get the metal to heat up and then shrink when it cools. We also got our spoon here, which I'm still learning how to use, but we can use the spoon to kind of slap the metal and help with the process. So I am going to now attempt to use my shrinking disc and see if I can have success. All right, I think we may have made it worse. Yeah, everything's a little bit lower now. So we need to stretch this out a little bit more. So one of the techniques that they talk about is using a torch and a rag. And I'm going to see if we can shrink this up a little bit more. You can actually see the metal shrink down a little bit, or stretch, right when I hit it with the torch. And you can see it stretching, 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 stretching. Right now it's just pushing down even further. Now hopefully when this cools, it'll cool and tighten up. Let that cool. Alright, now that I got a wet rag, we're going to try it again. Doesn't seem any better to me. Try to go in here with a hammer and dolly and see if I can have any better success. Or I should take the dolly with if I'm going to put my hand in it. See, I can. Got a another shape here to work with. There you can see how far we're out, which isn't bad, but it'd be nice if we could reduce that. Not having much success. Whoa, did you guys see that? That really popped out, wow. Well, look at how much closer we got that. We're still a little low right there. Almost seems like we're still a little high right here. But wow, we really got that thing to pop out with that. I put a pry bar on the back side of it and kind of worked it a little bit, and it just popped right out. That was cool. Be nice if I could get that to work a few more times and get this low spot out of here. I mean, like right now, we could put a little putty on that, and it wouldn't be shameful, you know. We're still a little high, and that's what you want. You want a little bit of high because of the curvature of the door. But I mean, look at we've made a really big improvement in the flatness of this door overall, just with the work we've done here. And if I was really good at body work, I'm sure there's people out there that are watching that would know how to get the rest of this out, you know, make it nice and flat. But it's a lot of improvement. Nice if I could get this piece to kind of play along. We'll try it. What's the worst that can happen? I could make it worse, I guess. It might be as good as we get. Alright everybody, so maybe someday Chip Foose will sit me down and show me how to use a hammer and dolly, but until then this is as good as it's going to get. So this is kind of, got this in and it's straight with the door. It's fairly flush. I know we're going to need a little bit of filler through here. That's okay. I mean, it's not a shame to use a little bit of filler to cover up a grinder, you know, like a little bit of heat warpage or whatever. I don't want my cars to have, like, you know, 1/4 inch of Bondo to hide the mistakes. I'd like to be able to get things closer than that. So, and then here's kind of where we ended up with our, let this cool off for a little bit. And look at that. We are, make sure you guys can see that. We are really close to being straight. I'm really happy with how that turned out. So my verdict on the shrinking disc is still out, partly because I still need to learn how to use it. I'm going to say that the torch and a pry bar was the winning combination for this repair, and you know, obviously things may change a little bit once I get some primer on it and see just how flat it is. But we've got a body file we can use to kind of flatten stuff out a little bit too. I inherited a bunch of old school tools from an older gentleman that passed away, so I'm trying to learn how to use them. So that's going to be our episode for this week. Thanks for watching Throttle Grotto, and until next time, get out there and work on something.